You're listening to Beyond the Stage from the Carpenter Performing Arts Center at Cal State Long Beach. In each episode, we introduce you to the artists, scholars, students, and arts professionals interpreting our world through the arts. I am here today with 3 students from the CSULB Department of Dance. I'm here with Jocelyn, Teresa, and Vanessa. How are you all this morning? I wanted to pivot just a bit and talk a little bit about the pieces that you were in or created for the Fall Dance Showcase and what your process was like. So to start, Vanessa, I know you choreographed and performed in your own piece. What was that like, putting that together at your home in isolation? And can you tell us a little bit about the piece you created?
Yes, of course. Vanessa speaking. I choreographed my piece titled Static Void Distortion. This piece is about navigating the ways we view disability and putting it up in the forefront. It was a very interesting process because I am navigating a tiny space still currently, and being able to transform it to what I made it to be was exciting, but also kind of frustrating at times because I normally dance with a walker and I love moving in big movements, and it was definitely frustrating in that aspect. But I think for this particular theme, I felt like it worked because it exposed my disability in a very provocative way that was enjoyable. And then I got the awesome opportunity to collaborate with one of my friends. Her name is Kiana Peppers, also known as Crystal K. She's a freelance digital artist, and she generated the illustration of what was on the projection. And it was nice getting to collaborate in that aspect via Zoom and telling her all my ideas and making sure that kind of complemented what I was trying to get at with my piece.
Wonderful. It's always exciting when we get to collaborate. Jocelyn and Teresa, can you tell us a bit about the piece you both performed in, or the pieces you both performed in, and what it was like creating and collaborating on those?
Yeah, so Teresa and I were both in spaces choreographed by Rebecca Lemmy with movement generated by the students. And it was a very interesting experience. I know for me, my section, I danced on my staircase, and it was an experience, had we been in person or in the studio, I would have never had that experience of figuring out how to dance on a wooden staircase and how to do it safely and, how to protect my body while still trying to make something interesting. I think just the biggest challenge I encountered was, this is going to sound strange, but recording and having, a family member coming down the stairs or saying like, oh, I need to pass by. Are you almost done recording? But besides that, it was just an interesting experience, having to use my house, which is sort of like just a place where I was like, oh, okay, this is a place where I live. I don't necessarily generate movement here, and how now our homes, our studios are places where we can experiment, where we can create, and how, even though we're not in a studio, some of the projects that we're generating are just breathtaking. They're experiences that we wouldn't have had in the studio.
Yeah, it's like tapping into another side of your creativity. Yeah, Teresa.
Yeah, Teresa speaking. Off of that, I was in the same piece as well, and the piece really just highlighted different people's spaces in their own homes and really made us appreciate like the little spaces, like Jocelyn said, like places that we wouldn't consider dance spaces, and bringing that into our homes and finding new ways to be creative. I danced in my like bathroom area. I have this like shower that has like a door that's kind of like frosty and you can see it, but not really. And it was interesting working in a small space and also with a door and like climbing on top and trying to find different ways to like move and hold myself up, and also recording from different angles. Like Jocelyn was saying, like the challenge also was to find a new angle and try and make something out of that. But I think it was really cool to see everybody's different spaces and see how creative people can be in in different areas that look normal, but from a different angle can be amazing and something completely different.
Yeah, like the environment's dictating a little bit, or like playing a role in your movement and your choreography, maybe in a way it wouldn't if you were in a studio or on an open stage, which is really interesting. Oh, cool.
Beyond the Stage is produced by the Carpenter Performing Arts Center at Cal State Long Beach. Views expressed by guests of the show or the host are their own and do not necessarily represent the views of the university.